I like driving. Um, Driving is a it's liberating. You got freedom to get up and go from point A to point B, based on what you want to do. As long as you have keys and gas and you have a license, hopefully, you get up and you do that. And I've been driving for a while. And do you like driving? I know you're listening. And is this something that you like to do? Do you have any fears around driving? Um, do you aspire to want to drive one day? Are you in a location where you can drive? I know some locations it's not convenient to drive, or it may be challenging. Could be maybe it's not set up so that people can really drive. Maybe the area is more rural, and we keep that in mind. But um, I would say, I guess I'll tell a story. Uh, I could be a little, some people have different driving styles, and at times I could be just a little bit aggressive, because I like to, and some people will relate to this. I like to drive and get from point A to point B, especially if it's a long distance. I want to get there fast. I want to get there as fast as possible. I don't want to be sitting in a car in a seat for a long, 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 long time, longer than it needs to be. And that aggressive part of me, the competitive part, I get a little rise a little bit sometime when I'm driving somewhere, and I get a sense that there's people around me. I don't like when people pass me sometime. You may be able to relate to that. Maybe you don't care. I know some of us drive, but I'm in the slow lane and are comfortable with that. But for me, I'm kind of like, and I've gotten a lot better at this over time. But usually, when I'm in the driving seat, I'm watching my mirrors. I'm trying to, especially on a highway, I'm trying to maneuver and give myself an open street, open highway, so I can go um, and get to the destination. And when that competitive part comes up, when someone else comes up behind me or on the side of me, or they want to get in front of me and slow down, or they're moving too slow and all those things. So that's what I meant is by a little bit aggressive, just a little bit. Younger, I was very much more aggressive, wanting to race, and I raced, and I wanted to get from point A to point B much faster than you probably should have. So one story I was going to talk about. Let me disclaimer. Say all this under the context of please make sure you're driving safe, taking care of your family, not putting others in risk. And I'm going to share this story, and just again, please do not complete this. Don't practice this at home. But I thought it would be good. It's a good reflection. This is something that happened for me maybe 20 years ago. So I should be free of all of the any implication that would come on to me because of it. But anyway, there I was at a gathering. It was myself and another young lady. We were at a gathering. Not a young lady. We were an item, and we were gathered together with others, hanging out, having fun, and doing our thing years ago. And we had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it was time to go home. All right. So we came out, left. I was driving, so I didn't have too much of this and that. I had a little bit, but it was enough to know, okay, let me make sure I get home responsibly. So we got in the car, and we had to leave from where we are at the source, point A, to go, and we wanted to get to the destination, point B. So we rode out, and I was driving side streets, back streets, smaller streets, little mini highways and all that to get to the big highway. So we went to get onto the big highway, and I paid the toll. And this was about, if you get an idea timing wise, this was like 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So it was time to go back to the destination point B, and it's 1:30 a.m. in the morning. And we had about maybe an hour traveling time on the highway. And I don't like to bother nobody. I don't look for trouble. I don't want any trouble. I'm not. That's my personality. I don't. I'm not looking to get into a problem with somebody else, especially when driving. It's just, sometimes things happen, and I don't know why it happens like this, but it goes down like that, and trouble presents itself. So I paid a toll. I come outside of the driving outside past the toll, and I sensed this car come up kind of next to me, and I had a car at the time. It was it starts with an M. The brand starts with an M. There's a Z in the name and ends in an A. And the type was a Millennia. I'm gonna leave it at that. So I sensed the car that pulled up to me kind of rev their engine a little bit, vroom, right? So I'm like, this. My mind was like, this dude want to race. I couldn't see who was in the car because the car had all black tinted windows all around. So it's 1:30 a.m. I'm thinking, this is a race. This guy want to race. So I'm feeling good. So I said, okay, I'll do a little bit. Press the pedal down a little bit, and we start racing on this highway. Now I was thinking completely innocent. I'm trying to maintain speeds and not go too fast. And all of a sudden, I have a sense something didn't feel right. So I'd say within less than 5 minutes, this other car came up, vroom, and it was like I think it was a 4-lane highway, which went into a 3-lane highway, and now it was me in the driver's seat, and a car on my left and a car on my right, and I think we racing. And they both had dark tinted windows. I couldn't see inside. My car I didn't have tinted windows on that car. So we were thinking, like, I was saying, I don't know what these people are doing. We just racing. But at the time, what was interesting, and this is where I started getting a little like, oh boy, here we go. They had some events on the news where cars were trying to box in other cars, and they pull them over and force them to the side and do all this stuff, and then maybe try to carjack or take this and take that from the people. So I didn't want to put us into danger. And all I had was a club in the car, and I was like, I don't know what this is. Are these guys trying to box me in? Considering I just came from a gathering, I had a little bit of, maybe my mindset was a little altered. Anyway, I took off. We went from race mode, I went to ballistic speed mode. I was thinking scenario one, I'm going to go as fast as this car can and get us to safety. And if the cop stops us, I'm just going to explain we were boxed in. So I take off, and I'm going at speeds that I can't even mention on this. If you look up the car Millennia, find out from the 2000 how fast it went. I went as fast as that car could go. And these cars were behind me. They were trying to keep up and go, 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 go. So then last minute, I made a decision. You know what? The only way I'm going to shake these guys, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm going to have to pull off at the exit and go right. So I last minute, I broke. I pulled off at the exit, moved to the right, got off at the exit, and I saw them brake, but it was too late. They couldn't slow down, and they kept going. And I pulled off into the rest stop and was like, man, I don't know if that was my imagination or what, but that was a scary. I didn't want to get anybody hurt. By myself, I wouldn't have cared too much, but I was with, a lady, and I didn't want to put us into danger. But just thinking about the whole situation, I said driving, right? I like driving, and I'm a little competitive, and sometimes I went a little ballistic. And I just thank God I'm here today to explain and give you a little bit of snippet story. Be careful out there, and take your time. And that was it. Driving, gotta have it.